Welcome to qnawire.
So in this problem, we're being asked to write a trigonometric function for the values in a given table. So in this particular case, I noticed that the values start at the max, they decrease until they get to this min of 0, they go back up to our max of 6, and then they decrease to 0 again. So because we're starting with our max function or our max value, I'm going to rewrite this in terms of cosine. So our general equation is going to be y equals a times the cosine of b times the quantity of x minus c plus d. So we need to find our a, b, c, and d values. So I'm going to start with a. A represents the amplitude for this function. And the way we find the amplitude is we take the max value, which is 6, we subtract the min value, which the smallest value is 0, and we divide it by 2. Well, 6 minus 0 is 6, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So that will be our a value. Next, I'm going to find d. D represents our midline, or the best way to think about it is the average. So to find the average, this time we're going to take our max and add the min and divide by 2. Well, 6 plus 0 is 6, and 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. Perfect. Next, we're going to go ahead and find b. Well, in order to find b, we have to find the period. Remember, the period is the amount of time it takes to go through one full cycle. So notice when x is equal to 0, we start at 6, and we go through one full cycle, meaning we get back to 6 when x is equal to 4, which means that our period for this function is equal to 4. Well, the way we find our period, we have a formula. The period is equal to 2 pi, because our typical cosine period is 2 pi, divided by b. And now that we know the period is 4, we can substitute this in, and we can solve for b. So to solve for b, we'll multiply both sides by b, so we'll have 4b equal to 2 pi. So then, to solve for b, we're going to divide both sides of our equation by 4, and 2 pi over 4 will be reduced to pi over 2. Perfect. Now we just need to find our c value. Well, c would represent our horizontal shift, meaning to the left or to the right. Now, our typical cosine curve starts at the max, decreases to the min, and then comes back up to the max. However, when x equals 0, that is going to actually be our max value. So in this particular case, we will not have any horizontal shifting, which means that c is equal to 0. And now that we have a, b, c, and d, we can write our equation. So we're going to have y equals a, which is 3, times the cosine of b, which we found to be pi over 2. Now, because c is equal to 0, we can essentially just cancel this part out. So really, we'll just have pi over 2 times x, getting added by d, which is 3. So now we've written the trigonometric function for this particular table.